get physical. It's Jordan here, back again with this week's update on all the physical releases coming to the Switch. We are in the last year of 2021, and I've got to say, there is bugger all this week. But I hope you all had a great Christmas, and I'm still going to try to keep you company for the next 20 minutes or so. We've got retail, no we don't. We've got some low prints, and some imports, and of course our community spotlight. Remember, once we get to 100,000 subscribers, we're giving away a Nintendo Switch OLED model. So if you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button and you could be one of the winners. Or the winner. We're not giving away multiple. We're not that rich. In terms of retail, nothing. So let's jump into the low prints. We do have a couple this week. Warlocks 2, God Slayers. Redout Games seem to have found their last pennies for the fondue at the Christmas party, and what a better way to celebrate Christmas than with a game titled God Slayers. Yes, Warlocks 2 is a pretty bang average title, at least from the reviews that I've seen of it. It has really nice pixel artwork, but the gameplay is a little on the clunky side, a bit too much for its own good. This was put up for pre-order last week at redartgames.com. If you want to order it, consider using our discount code SWATCH10 for 10% off. It's not affiliate or anything, it's just something we organized for you guys. Guts and Goals was put up for pre-order at Limited Run Games in actual limited quantities, believe it or not. This is a distribution title, as always, from PM Studios. They have their own website to sell stuff, so not sure why they need limited run. Oh yes, I do, because 1,000 of them will be sold on Limited Run's website, and the rest will be pumped into the blind boxes to get rid of them. Yeah, have you seen this year's blind box? It's pretty grim viewing. You're either gonna pay more than you could have for games, you might even get games still in stock, or you're gonna get a distribution title that sold incredibly poorly, as they mostly do these days. You gotta get rid of them. Or you're gonna get games that have a wider retail release already. I mean, you are a very unlucky person if you get one of the singular Star Wars games. Now that would be a waste of money. Anyways, back to Guts and Goals. This is a mix of football and beat 'em up. Seems like something the Kunio-kun series would do, and I would be surprised if they didn't already. Anyways, you can order this in a standard or collector's edition right now. Lair of the Clockwork God is going off a pre-order on Limited Run's website on the 31st of December. I thought the cover art looked pretty cool, very intriguing, and even mythic perhaps. But then I saw the gameplay, and I just don't know how on earth this cover matches the game. I had to double check they were actually the same product. So, this is a mix of your bog standard indie platformer. Reminds me of my dark days reviewing Wii U games, but it adds a twist of some point and click elements too. Nothing to get me wildly excited about, even though it is a game that has a lot of positivity around it. But you know, obviously being a miserable git, positivity is just like it's like water off a duck's back for me. Don't need that in my life. There is a standard edition and a collector's edition to order. Alright, the imports. Remember guys, if anything takes your fancy and you'd like to import it for yourself, then consider using the links below in the description and the pinned comment. If you click those links, it also helps support this series ever so much. You guys wonderful, and this year has been fantastic for your support, so thank you ever so much. Plus, in return, if you click our links, remember you can get a very nice 5% off any physical item from PlayAsia if you use the coupon code SwitchWatchTV while checking out. That's all one word, SwitchWatchTV, for 5% off any physical item from PlayAsia. But remember, please click our links first. That is how to support us. Now, there's actually bugger all this week, which is not surprising, but when content is thin, it's time to bring out the upcoming imports once again. Some of this is a follow-up to last week. I'll briefly mention those again, but please take a look at what's coming up early in the new year. RPGolf Legends is releasing early next year, late January. This is golf, but as an RPG. Yes, you may have heard that formula before with Golf Story, but now here's another team's take on the genre. Here you play golf while delving into dungeons and defeating monsters. It looks good, well made, and I'm interested in giving this a go. Having talked to Kemco, I have been told there is no specific plans for a Western physical release at this time, but if an opportunity arises, they will evaluate the options, meaning they are open to a Western physical in the future, but nothing planned right now. January 20th if you want the Japanese version with English. It looks good, especially if you're sick of waiting for Golf Story sequel. Come on, where's that, guys? The Company Man is a fun-looking side-scrolling action platformer where you play as a disgruntled office worker who takes his keyboard as a sword and attempts to overthrow the CEO and become the boss himself. I think we've all attempted that at some point, especially around Christmas, you know. Tensions get high. it actually looks pretty good and uses the office theme to its maximum. It must be incredibly satisfying to whack people with a keyboard. I've never done it, but man, you know, some people deserve a QWERTY imprinted on their face. This physical release is exclusive to Asia and does have English, although I'm not entirely sure of the release date as of yet, but I would guess pretty soon. Hishou same is the latest retro shooter from M2. Yes, recently they released the Toaplan collection of Tiger Heli. Well, this time they've got another animal, Flying Shark and Fire Shark. Yes, that's even more badass. We have various versions of these games from the arcade to NES and even Mega Drive stuff, plus bonus features of course. I believe there's some weird DLC for a random Taito game in there too. Who knows, it's confusing, but old school shooter fans will no doubt eat this one up like a hungry shark. There is no English, but it's not entirely necessary as a shooter collection. I'm sure you'll get by no problem. LoveKami Trilogy is the first of 3 Play Asia exclusive releases I'll be mentioning this episode. This one is a triple pack of medium length sized fan service visual novels. You get Divinity Stage, Useless Goddess, and Healing Harem. Prepare for more boobs than you know what to do with. These have higher quality artwork, fun tongue-in-cheek stories with multiple routes, and fans will certainly be happy. The standard edition of this physical is actually cheaper than buying all 3 games together digitally, and there's a collector's edition which includes a lovely soundtrack CD of course. This is scheduled to ship in April. Love Esquire is another Play Asia exclusive, another visual novel, this time mixed in with a simple JRPG twist. Here you play as a squire who's trying to get his end away before he is shipped off to war. Who can blame the lad? Here you try to impress the ladies as you improve your knighting skills. There's some really fun animation here, although it is a bit on the shallow side. Sometimes that's exactly what people want, right, eh? Shallow people? Yes. This was scheduled for December, but has unofficially been put back until January, which may slip into February due to Chinese New Year getting in the way of logistics. And The Letter is Play Asia's 3rd and final exclusive that is currently in production. And this is in the same boat as Love Esquire in terms of the time frame. This is a more serious, horror-infused visual novel set in a spooky-ass mansion where 7 people find themselves trapped. Expect a mature story where the dialogue does not hold back. This is also in a standard edition and a collector's edition with a soundtrack CD, and yes, I will keep saying it, the artwork for the collector's edition is magnificent. Creepy ass stuff, love it. Although, you know, after 3 visual novels in a row, I hope Play Asia's next exclusive is just a little bit different. Come on, let me just blow some shit up sometimes, okay? Cogen Sword of Rewind is an upcoming side-scrolling action game where you have a sword, which, yeah, you guessed it, can rewind time. This looks to be a good game for those who are craving something like Mega Man or those who love the works of Inti Creates, who I'll be mentioning in a bit. I don't know of a Western physical, but for some reason, I'm really feeling it. Yeah, I'm playing Xenoblade at the minute. It looks a lot like something a low print publisher would pick up. If you don't want to wait and see, then this is coming in a standard edition as well as a limited edition which includes a luxury art book, their words, not mine, a voice, drama and mini soundtrack CD, plus some DLC. January 27th for this one, it does have English. My girlfriend is a mermaid? Love the question. Yes, this already has a physical release. It's come out a long time ago. It was one of the early Switch imports. However, unlike most of Cosen's physical releases since, it did not get a collector's edition until now. Yes, for the 5th anniversary, they are making a collector's edition for this visual novel about mermaids. I'm sure we can all agree it is definitely worthy of a belated collector's edition, because who doesn't like dating mermaids? Especially ones with big boobs. This special edition includes a soundtrack CD, pin badge, acrylic stand, and a digital art book. This is also January 27th. Ooh. Gunvolt Chronicles Luminous Avenger 2 is releasing in Japan and Asia on the very same day. The Asian version definitely has English, and although I'm not 100%, it's not been verified, I'd be shocked I tell you, if the Japanese version did not either. Anyways, as you may have heard, Limited Run will be distributing this in North America, but that's not cool with everyone around here, so this Japanese release may be the better option for some. Here you have an Inti Create special, very Mega Man-like action, looking very similar to the Cogen Sword game I previously mentioned. It's worth noting, the original game also follows this release pattern. Limited Run in North America, but Japan got a physical with English. I'll pop a link below for that one as well. Also, just remember last week's newer announcements. Let's Play Curling. There's still no news about English. Dungeon Munchies, a unique side-scrolling action game. Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, still no news about English yet. Behind the Screen and Defoliation, a double pack of surreal horror type games. And Table Games Deluxe Pack, a big bag of shite. I talked about those games already last week, and there's only so many jokes about curling I can make, so I need to save those jokes for like when it actually releases. So if you want to know more information about those games, check out last week's episode. Is it this way? Is it that way? I don't know. Well, alright, the community spotlight. Firstly, for Christmas, well, you know, Christmas for me basically means me telling my mother what to buy me, because I'm a swell adult like that. I tell her, she buys it. So this year I told her I still haven't been able to get my JRPG fan card back since I told everyone I don't own Dragon Quest XI. Well guys, give me that card back, give it back to me, because ta-da! I have it, here it is, and I for one can't wait to stick this in my endless backlog. Now I'm really glad to finally have this, it's been a massive hole in my collection. Secondly, I got a much more affordable game that I've had my eyes on for a good while, Warborn. This is a European exclusive physical, a tactical game, kind of like Super Robot was, just without the budget. It's actually decent and I'm happy to have it in my collection. P-Cube are one of my favorite publishers right now, so I'm happy to have it. Thank you, mummy! Alright, on to you lot. Axaru sent in this photo of some nice games. Man, I wish the Resi collection was complete on cartridge. I would absolutely own that, no question. But sadly, Capcom didn't much care about file sizes with these games. Bobo sent in this very lewd Christmas photo. Saucy. So saucy indeed. Some great import exclusives. And, you know, there is the My Girlfriend is a Mermaid Standard Edition, 5 years young. Cartoon Soren showed off these two releases. That Eastwood artwork is just lovely, just like the game itself. If you don't own this already, well, you're probably waiting for the Western physical, but come on, it's lovely. Scion Wisp sent in this photo of two games, the super cheap Curved Space, a weird shooter that apparently is pretty fun, plus Ni no Kuni 2, a great JRPG. Demig sent in this photo, thanks for using our links and codes. My Grandia HD collection actually arrived this week, maybe you saw it in the background of this video. I'm sure I'll show it off properly in the coming weeks. Really happy to have it. I'll definitely be selling my limited run one once I visit the UK and making that sweet profit. Executive producer God of Resin picked up these. G Darius HD got a 9 out of 10 it seems from Nintendo Life. When a publisher's gonna use the SwitchWatch scores on their covers. Jungarian Hamster, it definitely needs a hamster with a flamethrower rating that I gave it. Come on. Executive producer Grancer sent in this collector's edition of West of Loathing. I'm pretty sure this must cost a pretty penny these days. Hudo made me very jealous, showing off Record of Lodoss War physical with the pre-order bonuses. I really hope you all got yours too, and I'm sorry if you didn't. It is a great game though, and I'm sure you'll definitely enjoy it. Jen sent in these games. I'm a big fan of Battle Chef Brigade, one of my favorite indie games on the Switch. I just wish it had a wider release than the limited run one. John Weston sent in these, some great Christmas imports. Thanks for using our links and codes to support us. It's definitely a shmup Christmas in your household. Kiel, well, something is telling me this dude is a bit of a fan of Crisis. I'm not sure what it is. Little Raven also got in some festive shmup action with the incredible ESP Raido, which is perhaps the best shooter on the Switch, full stop, maybe. Mr. Valgard has a surprise delivery from Forever Limited with Rise Eterna, a Fire Emblem-like game, just not with the budget. This is the collector's edition, which has some pretty sweet goodies inside. Our executive producer, Parsnip Coffee, got in these two. I wonder if Mextermination Force was from the blind box. If so, that is a brilliant get. That is probably in my top maybe 3 or 4 super rare releases. Obviously, Steridon is number 1. Executive producer Punky Dooster did what he does best, showing us inside yet another card case, this time with good old Paper Mario. I actually booted up the original game on Nintendo 64 Switch Online thingamabob, and it looks beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. People complain about the emulation, but my god, these games, they really, really pop. They have never looked so good, and I don't care what you say. Rui Loziero, I hope I said your name correctly, sent in these two. Thank you ever so much for clicking our link to buy these. Just remember that the brilliant Ace Attorney Chronicles never got a physical release in Europe, which is a massive shame, and must have import for European dude and dudettes. Executive producer Thorn Metal Luna got in all their Play Asia purchases over this year, and I have to say, just thank you. It is overwhelming the support you guys have given us with our small little series this year. It is much, much appreciated. It is thanks to you that this series is what it is. Transient Image, thanks for using our links to purchase some of these here. I have to say, one of my biggest anticipated games of next year is the new Mario and Rabbids game. I can't believe it's taken so long to get a sequel out. Was it like 5 years almost? They must have been doing something in between. Executive producer Vay sent in this photo showing off the collector's edition of Rock and Roll, which comes with an Android figure. I think that's how to pronounce it. Looks super cute. Week for waifus got in this. Of course, they got in Hentai vs. Evil. Thankfully, not too many seem to import this European exclusive with our links. Many did with Waifu Uncovered, but maybe that experience soured them, unsurprisingly. Executive producer Issa sent in this photo, including the collector's edition of the import exclusive of Mist Over. Not easy to get a hold of last time I checked. A dungeon crawling darkly RPG. Mentioned it many times, but it's been long out of stock on PlayAsia. Yusha, thanks for using our links and codes to pick up these bad boys. The Valis collection looking great alongside the beautiful Romancing Saga 3, which I also recently got in because it's just too beautiful to say no. Alright, it's time for a roundup, my people. Michelle Cantini, Parma, Craig Morgan, Ty Whittle, Pabs, Retro Gaming Guy Brian, Switchback, B Salt, Jack Severus, Rovest, Starvey, Ganacus, Kraid, Golbat Lover, Shenlong, Shlomo, Alolan Jojo, Ashura G, Neverbirth, Rorn, Gavin. Alright, please send me your pictures on Twitter, so what about game? You can DM me or tag me in a post and use the hashtag Let's Get Physical. I will retweet it once I've seen it, and that is kind of dangerous though. So you may want to send it to our email address, switchwatchspotlight@gmail.com. And we also have a Discord where the server link is below in the description, and you can join that and you can have a chat with us and our nice little community. Please just send me one picture per week. If you send me more than one, I will just choose one of them, to be honest. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of New Physical. Special thanks to our executive producers Dane Wilkinson, God of Resin, Boombox, Brent McLean, Jonathan Rumor, Santa Tartaruga, Alexander Cato, JCross7776, Elissa, Punky Dooster, Michael Del Polito, Cartoon Soren, Robotech, Z, Raven Knight, Thorn Metal Luna, Parsnip Coffee, Government Fat Cat, Issa, V, Mental Traveler, and Grantert. Thank you ever so much for your wonderful support. Plus you watching right now. If you watched all the way through, give me some golf. I just remember that's one of the games I mentioned. Golf. Give me a golf ball or golf something in the comments, and I'll give you a golf something back. I hope you all had a great Christmas, and I hope you have a fantastic new year. And yeah, have a good one. I'll see you in 2022. It's been a wonderful year. It's been a busy year, but I've enjoyed every single minute of it. So yeah, have a good one, and thank you all for your amazing support. And yeah, I want to be really nice and do something, you know, epic, like a really nice speech, but I'm not that kind of person. So yeah, see you later.